So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that, and he's a formidable presence at the back.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Vieira, and he's had it nicked away. Now it's Fernandes. And smartly reclaimed. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Koundé. Well seen, saw that coming. Now it's Villa. Good effort from distance. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Villa actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Aim forwards. Great defending, strong and determined. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. David Villa! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Villa really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
Triol.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Neither side yet able to find the net. Well, that's well spotted. Koundé. Now, he's got space here. And that has not gone well. Played towards the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Now it's Villa. Kvaratskhelia. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well read, nice interception. Fernandes. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, super find. Kvaratskhelia.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that is headed for the middle. Varane with the clearance. Vitinha.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Schneider. And reclaimed it in a trice. Vitinha. To Schneider. Right, looks a good ball through. And the shot! It's in! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And he's found a way past. It's Pelé! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. And it's Olmo. Knocks it into space. Vitinha was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, he's burst through. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Maldini did just about enough to come out on top there. There could be trouble here, and he's got the beating of his man. Takes on it, goes for a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Good read, needed to be, and he's heaved it away. Bellingham. And that's really well manoeuvred. Pass somewhat off target. Bellingham is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He'd have done well to reach that. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Well-timed, excellent interception. He's a sharp little ball here. That looks a decent ball. Rodri spots it and intercepts. Now it's Villa. David Villa! That was superb goalkeeping.
Villa clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
This possibly the last play of the half. Schmeichel gets his hands on it, and the danger. And that is the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
So it has been pretty frantic here, everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half.
Substitution for Algeria, number 24, Enzo Fernandez.
So into the second half.
Number 3.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
And this is Pele. Oh, sweet feet. Vieira. That's good play. Benatia is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. No outsmarting him this time. Now it's Villa. It's a really well-measured ball. Kvaratskhelia receives it in a wide position. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Vieira. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And it's Vitinha. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Turns back here, probably the best option. Almost an hour gone. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter.
And Messi! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Vieira. Now it's Dani Olmo. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And he's lost his man here. And he's taking no chances there. Vieira. Messi. Dani Olmo. And it's Vitinha. That's good running with the ball. Great vision. It's Bellingham. Quality ball. Vieira. And it's Vitinha. Pele charging forward, the ball at his feet. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Tries to dink it through. Figo.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Pele.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that was asking for too much. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Kvaratskhelia.
Coming on the field, number 22.
Schneider running with intent.
Number 7, Johan Cruyff.
Kvaratskhelia. They're back in possession and ready to go again. And here's Figo. Done delicately. A header! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Villa was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop.
Aimed beyond the defence. That ball looks a good one. Well, played right into his path. He's onside. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And there's a goal. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So is that the decisive goal? Not much in the way of time remaining.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find a character to respond from that.
Number 11, Lionel Messi. Coming on the field is number 14, Pedri.
And it's Schneider. Vieira. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Figo.
2
Mbappe.
minutes have been indicated.
Looking for the run. That's an excellent interception. Gerrard. Puyol. That's a pretty loose pass. It's run loose here. And that is as far as it goes. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Pele claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter.
Caros espectadores, bem-vindos a este jogo.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We're up and running then. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Schneider is onto it in a flash. Well read, nice interception. Now this could be a chance. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Varane did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I just think, though, that was selfish and a little uncalled for him. He must have been aware that he had options to his left.
Can he get it through? Oh, he's found support out wide. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Now the ball in. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Mbappe. That's a good ball out wide. And this is Rooney. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Rooney. Can he spark a counter here? Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Ronaldinho receives him in a wide position. Porto with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Rooney. Oh, he's on his own! There's the shot! Chance for a shot! And again! It's there! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. He's on it, can he get away?
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
A real chance! Oh, good finish! They are purring, truly purring! And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Looking for the run. Great ball if he can get there. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Bellingham. Benatia. Nicely weighted ball, and he's worked it through. Oh, good climb! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
Roberto Carlos. Now, can they get him away? Can he get on the end of this? Can he latch on to this?
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Now it's Ronaldinho. That has ended up in no man's land. Schneider, and here's Rooney. Doué. Bellingham. Defending was strong and firm. Best. Vieira. Now it's Pelé. Now he's got space here. He's had... Oh, good finish. Ah, it's offside, and that'll count for nothing.
And needless to say, he disagrees.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. And they're back on the ball again. Gerrard is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And he cuts out the supply. And that is the end of the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Well, that was a gem of a half. Remarkable on all fronts. The difference is 2, but still, all things are possible. Away we go again. Now it's Schneider. Schneider going face-to-face with his great right. Shot a goal! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Schneider. And this is Pelé! Schweinsteiger.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Porto are down to 10 men. Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
Looking to play him in. Oh, that's a foul. Which side of the line is that? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. Looking to widen the gap even further here. Fantastic goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. his utter joy. He engages with absolute happiness. A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless, clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Kompany is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Oh, there was plenty on that.
Carlos will have to accept some flack for that.
And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Kompany has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Porto are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And a chance! Keeper always had the measure of that.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Corner number 2 then. Over to the right flank. And now a sudden chance to counter. Best. And it's Schweinsteiger. Some resolute defending there. Well, that looks a decent ball. Unai Simon gets his hands on it and the danger is averted. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. And he's going to have his name taken. And that is a routine catch.
Ah, look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. He's in plenty of space here. Best gets into a good position. And that's aimed into the middle.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
And he's managed to get free. Oh, important interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And this is Ronaldinho. He's in! It's Ronaldinho! That has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Ronaldinho clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Porto clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Pele! Loose ball now, and there's... Oh, he's been caught napping! Vieira. Now it's Mbappe. Kompany gets over and intercepts. Ah, he's given it away. Oh, now he... Oh, just a keeper now. He's had a shot. Seedorf. Can he finish? Oh, he's kept it out. That's a great save. Tries to thread one through. Best providing an outlet on that flank. And they've got rid. Schweinsteiger. Great defending, strong and determined. Seedorf is the guilty party there.
Vai-se proceder uma substituição. O número 18, número 15, Rooney, número 9, Schneider. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 20, Cristiano Ronaldo, número 13, Neymar, número 27.
Now, who's going to be first to this? And this is Ronaldinho. Benatia does really well to win the ball there. Cristiano Ronaldo. Looking for options for movement. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. That's put paid to the danger. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's hoisted clear. Serginho. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific, the other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning
Bienvenidos al partido de hoy.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Crossbar comes to the rescue, and that is well cleared. Engages and forces him off the ball. Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, some astute defending there. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Perilously close. Schneider. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That pass has been well intercepted. Messi finding himself in space. Tries one from range. Oh, nice. Just not quite.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
That's really well manoeuvred. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rummenigge is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Showing good feet. Vieira stood his ground strongly. Now, can they get him away? Pass somewhat off target. And that's been won straight back. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Madrid ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Pele! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Has he won it? He just might have won it! And that is stunning, just too hot to handle.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rummenigge actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he welcomes it in. He's got away. And Messi! And yes, it's there! And they're threatening to fly away here. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
So that's 2 now without reply.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And this is Ronaldo. Cruyff. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Aims beyond the defence. Thinks about the shot. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. This is their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Cruyff. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Conte. Now it's Villa. That is a great pick out. Rummenigge! Oh, that could be pivotal! You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Madrid cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. That has ended up in no man's land. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Muscular approach does pay off here. Rummenigge. Varane cuts out the pass. Messi. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. That's Thuram. Chooses to go cross-field. And it's Schneider. That'll be a throw-in. Vieira. Now it's Pelé.
Pelé really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Knocks it into space. And it's Cruyff. Now it's Villa. Rummenigge. Great ball, and he shapes to shoot! And it's in! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So, a temporary halt to the action. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
So a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. So once again, we're underway. Conte, that's destined for the flank. Gerrard in acres of space out wide.
Madrid clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Cristiano Ronaldo, looking to play him in. Cruyff gets flagged offside. That has not gone well, but they've got it again. It's a good run down the right. Schneider can see things, others simply cannot. Rummenigge, Serginho, Rummenigge. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's quick to return it, and he's managed to get free. It's Pele! Gerrard getting this one clear. Looking for options for movement. And this is Cruyff. Rivaldo, a player who needs no introduction. Rummenigge. He is through here. And the ball's gone astray. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Schneider, and they can counter here. Alexander-Arnold spots it. That could spell trouble. Oh, he's on his own. Cruyff! And that's a good finish. And they get themselves in front. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Knocks it out wide. Plays a sharp little ball here. De Ligt, always a very imposing presence at the back. Messi, currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Stam did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Might be dangerous. Pele! Rivaldo tries to play it through. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Stam.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Great vision. Rummenigge was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Spread it left. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is Cruyff. Lovely feet. Just eases him off the ball. Flings in across. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Rummenigge had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
El dorsal 18, el dorsal 11, el dorsal 9, Schneider. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 8, el dorsal 10, el dorsal 22.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. There will be a throw-in. And he's managed to get rid. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And this is Ronaldo.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Aviati breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Gerrard cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Vieira. Rafael Varane. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And here's the chance to counter. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football, a real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
This was all about tactics, Peter, a weakness in the centre.
Caros espectadores, bem-vindos a este jogo.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle. Well, don't worry too much about sophistication and style where Gennaro Gattuso's involved, but my goodness me, despite all of that, he's priceless to any team, isn't he?
Yeah, he's living proof of the benefits of keeping it simple, Peter. He's there to win the ball, and once he does that, he's just going to play it short and stick to his position a little deeper in midfield.
Which all sounds very easy, but it's brought him one mighty pile of success down the years.
And it works a treat, provided he's paired with the right folks around him.
Looking for the run. Messi.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Now it's Messi. Company gets over and intercepts. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Wolverhampton clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Romero promptly onto that, and that is that. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Haaland, it's a really well-measured ball. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Can he get onto this? He has a look up. Tries to play it through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And he has been fouled there. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Gattuso, that has not gone well. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, it's Dembele. Played out wide. Oh, that's been good effort from distance. Threads one in. Aubameyang was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Messi.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well read, nice interception. And it's played forward. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Aubameyang. Messi finds himself offside. Now it's Pelé. Aubameyang. Wolverhampton so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Oh, that's fabulous. He's found the way through. Neuer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Now it's Aubameyang.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Messi! Goal! Victoria!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Victoria have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
That's going wide left. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's gone for goal!
Pele really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
And now they can spring out of defence. Hazard. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And that could set him on his way. Goes for the shot! Chiellini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Could be danger here. Great chance! And he's stuck it away. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Pele wants to run onto this. Haaland. Gattuso. Great vision. The most accurate pass. Couldn't squeeze it through. Messi. Spread it left. Dembele. He is through here. Look at this. And the shot! That's another chance. And that is all they have time for. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Vai-se proceder uma substituição. O Messi sai e vai entrar para o
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible.
He's having a pop! It's hit the uprights. Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Back in possession and ready to go again. He was under real pressure there. Well, nicely intercepted. Ambitious ball here. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, it was a chance, but meat and drink for the keeper.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
And that's gone loose. Caceres, the man synonymous with solidity. Nicely weighted ball. Triol makes the interception. And it's Bale. Cafu making good progress on the right-hand side. This looks promising. Oh, that's delightful.
Might want to be careful there.
Caceres is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Good chance here! And that's a sharp finish. It's level again! What a match we have!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
So smooth, a signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
Quite a game this, all square again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Wolverhampton are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. That's a throw. Hazard. Can he get it through? Oh, that looks a cracking ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Vai proceder uma substituição. O Bale abandona o relvado e vai entrar com o número 11, Ronaldinho.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Chiellini is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. That's put paid to the danger. That's been cut out, well played. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. No, that pass isn't the best. Bellingham. It's played through for him. Just the keeper in his way. Can he finish? It's in. And the comeback is complete.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Vai proceder uma substituição. O número 17, Pierre Aubameyang, sai e vai entrar para o seu lugar com o número 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Wolverhampton have their lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, easy pickings there. And here's... applies the finish! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
That looks a good ball through. And he's managed to get free.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And this is Ronaldo. He's got away. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Well, he doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Victoria have got it back and they'll have another go. Victoria couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Tries a measured ball. And they're back on the ball again. Can he get on the end of this? Just 5 minutes left. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Shapes to shoot! Oh, good finish! Right near the end, we have parity. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
That is ended up in no man's land. Neymar. Oh, perfectly measured that. Pinches it off him. Aims beyond the defence. Whistle goes again. It's another offside decision.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Foram indicados 6 minutos de compensação.
And that's been one straight back. Struck first time. Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Ronaldinho has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Victoria really will have to throw everything at this now. Cross needs to be good. Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. Now, can they get him away? And he's straight offside. We are into overtime. It's Ronaldinho! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's been intercepted. And time is up. What a game, a contest.